You are listening to the audio production of The Case for Life, Equipping Christians to Engage the Culture, by Scott Klusendorf, published by Audiobooks. This book was originally published by Crossway and is read by David Cochran Heath. To Stephanie, my beloved wife, who has never wavered in her support for my pro-life work, and whose love gives me courage to confront ideas that diminish us all. Preface. This book bears the marks of two men who mentored my early development as a pro-life apologist. Greg Cunningham, Executive Director of the Center for Bioethical Reform, made the first investment, though I doubt he knew it the first time we met. The setting was a Saturday breakfast for pastors in November 1990. At the time, I was an associate pastor in Southern California, and organizers from the local Crisis Pregnancy Center and Right to Life affiliate invited me and 100 others to hear a pro-life message aimed at equipping church leaders to think strategically about abortion. 4 of us showed up. Undeterred by the dismal attendance, Greg, with his background in law and politics, he served 2 terms in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives where he wrote the bill ending tax-financed abortions in that state, launched into the most articulate case for the lives of the unborn I'd ever heard. That was impressive enough. But then he showed the pictures. Horrible pictures that made you cry. In the course of one 7-minute video depicting abortion, my career aspirations were forever altered, though it took me a few months to realize it. Greg asked us to think of the 2 religious leaders in the parable of the Good Samaritan, who, although they most likely felt pity for the beating victim, did not act like they felt pity. Only the Good Samaritan took pity, thus proving he truly did love his neighbor. For the next several months, I followed Greg to many of his Southern California speaking events. I memorized huge portions of his talks and devoured his writings. 6 months later, I left my job as an associate pastor, with the blessing of the church, and hounded Greg even more until he put me on staff as his understudy, a position I was privileged to hold for 6 years. Watching him dismantle abortion choice arguments in front of hostile audiences, I lost my fear of opposition. Watching him sacrifice the comforts of this life so he could save unborn humans, I lost my desire for an easy job. Both losses have served me well. Greg's signature quote haunts me to this day. Most people who say they oppose abortion do just enough to salve the conscience, but not enough to stop the killing. That's a staggering truth. Every time I am tempted to quit, I remember it. While Greg Cunningham taught me courage, Greg Koukl taught me to be a gracious ambassador for the Christian worldview. Koukl is not only a top-notch apologist, he's also one of the most winsome guys you'll ever meet. His mission is to equip Christians to graciously and incisively defend truth. That's refreshing, as too many Christians lack the diplomatic skills needed to effectively engage listeners. I first heard Greg on the radio back in 1989. I thought, wow, this guy is really smart. By 1993, his Sunday afternoon show was my personal clinic in clear thinking. In 1996, we met for the first time at a pro-life conference in Pasadena, where we were both presenters. In 1997, we met again, this time for lunch. Later that same year, I joined his staff at Stand to Reason. Shortly thereafter, Greg taught me a valuable lesson that continues to pay off each time I write or speak. The setting was the University of Illinois, Champaign, where I was scheduled to debate author and political science professor Eileen McDonough. I discussed McDonough's views in Chapter 15. Campus abortion choice advocates did not want the debate to transpire and tried numerous ploys to stop it. First, they claimed that debates only serve to legitimize the anti-choice position. If you won't debate slavery advocates, why on earth debate pro-lifers? When that didn't fly, they went after me personally with a series of editorials in the school newspaper. Every one of those stories falsely claimed I was associated with groups advocating violence against abortion doctors, while some even claimed that I hated gays. In response, I typed out a heated reply that shot down each of those lies and sent it off to Greg for a quick review before faxing it to the school paper. That was a smart move. Greg
Sample complete. Ready to continue?